All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er news. Aaron Wilson first had it, I believe. The 49ers have agreed to terms with their fifth-round defensive end, Robert Beal Jr. David Lombardi saying the deal details are 4 years, $4.08 million, $245,000 signing bonus, $811,000 will be his 2023 salary cap hit, which is obviously very reasonable. And so this is the first rookie to sign of the 49ers 9-player draft class for 2023. Aaron Wilson and Dave Lombardi getting it out there first. Okay, what is exactly, what's our read on Robert Beal? This guy's an interesting player. I mean, let's talk a little bit about Beal for a second. He was thought to be a late-round pick and a priority free agent, and sure enough, he was a late-round pick. And the 49ers, get a player who's a 5-star recruit, who, went to Peachtree Ridge High School, and everybody thought this guy was going to be awesome, and everybody wanted him. And then he goes to Georgia, and they're just so deep in their defensive rotation that he wound up not playing consistently. He played 11 games as a freshman. He had 15 tackles and 1 sack, but then just 6 in 2019 as a sophomore. He only had 8 tackles all year, then 7 as a junior in 2020. And then he played consistently in 2021 for the first time, and he wound up leading the national champions with 6.5 sacks. Trayvon Walker went number 1 in the draft, and he had more sacks than Trayvon Walker. So 6.5 sacks in 2023 and 2021 with 23 total tackles and 2 pass breakups, 15 games, only 2 starts. And then he helped them repeat as national champions this year. He started 8 games. He had 26 tackles, 3 sacks on the season. So, interesting player. This guy is exactly what you're looking for physically. He's got crazy wingspan. He's got wingspan of nearly 7 feet. And in the wide 9, I think he's ideally suited. He doesn't have a sturdy base. This guy's an athlete who gets the edge. But, man, you're talking about a guy who in some ways has made the play in the 49ers wide 9. Some of the flashes he's shown as an edge rusher are just really, really impressive. And he's got a spin move. He's got a slap and slide inside counter move. The guy looks the part for sure. But, you look at him and you say, well, he only made 10 starts in 5 seasons. How is this guy any good? But this is Georgia, where they have tons of guys. I mean, and the fact of the matter is this guy runs 4.4 off the edge. It doesn't bother me that he only had 10 starts. I mean, if he had 10 starts and there were a bunch of guys who played for them who were terrible, it'd be one thing. But they've got a star-studded group, and this is the way it works at these big-time universities when it comes to college football. There's a huge disparity right now in college football and who's getting the best players in the sport. And they're all going to Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State. So if you're in that group, you're going to have depth that is just like nobody else enjoys at any level of football. Not high school, not pro, not JC ball. I mean, the top-tier college football programs, the true top of the heap recruiting-wise, they got guys just sitting around who are big-time. So big-time athletes. So this guy's a 5-star, and he barely played. But in the Niners system, you're talking about a guy who's going to get a chance to run, on a line potentially that has Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, and Eric Armstead. And at 6'4", 250 with 35-inch arms and 10 1/8-inch hands and crazy athleticism. I mean, Nolan Smith went to the Eagles at the end of round 1, and everybody's like, oh, what an incredible, athlete he is. What an incredible player he is. He ran 4.4. This guy runs 4.4. But the Niners got him late in the draft. So 4.48 was the time for Robert Beal Jr., 1.62 on the 10-yard split, 30-inch vertical, 10.3 broad jump. This kid's an athlete. He's a big-time athlete, and you can see it on film. So is he versatile? No, he's not. Is he a guy that you can drop him into coverage and he's going to make plays against the pass? Nope. No, he's going to look like a fish out of water on anything resembling a back pedal. But if you're just looking to say, hey, we're going wide 9 up the field, attack the quarterback, set the edge in the run game, and burn the edge as a pass rusher, this kid can do that. And so it's an exciting time if you're a 49er fan. Now, he doesn't come in without any pressure. There's going to be some pressure here. You got Nick Bosa as your number 1 defensive end. If the other guys on this team can't do anything, Nick Bosa is going to get chipped. Nick Bosa is going to get doubled. Nick Bosa is going to lose money. Nick Bosa is likely to get hurt. So it's a big year for Drake Jackson, for Austin Bryant, for Clelin Ferrell, for Robert Beal. These are the guys who are going to be coming off the edge opposite Nick Bosa. Unless the Niners have a Ngakoue or Leonard Floyd or somebody like that up their sleeve, they're going to ask Robert Beal to really play some significant snaps coming off the edge, and we'll see if he's up to it. But he's an exciting player. He's an exciting prospect for sure, and he's got a ton of speed. And you look at that defensive line, you figure they're going to keep maybe 10, maybe 11. So let's look at it. Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, Drake Jackson. Let's say those are your ones. All right, there's 4 D linemen right there. Then you've got Austin Bryant and Clelin Ferrell on the outside, Javon Kinlaw and Kevin Givens on the inside. And let's say those are your 2s. All right, that's 8 players right there. So you maybe only be able to keep 2 or 3 more of all the rest of the guys. Now, that's Robert Beal, Kalia Davis, T.Y. McGill, Kerry Hyder, who's got a tremendous motor and is a veteran, very respected, Alex Barrett, and Spencer Wagee, who I spoke to earlier today. So those 6 guys, those 6 defensive linemen, Wagee, Barrett, Hyder, T.Y. McGill, Kalia Davis, and Robert Beal, those guys are probably competing for 2. That's 6 defensive linemen probably competing for 2 spots, maybe 1. Maybe they'll go 9 defensive linemen, but probably 2 spots. I don't think they're going to go 3. But even so, I mean, it's going to be pretty intense competition. And the 49ers, the one thing, Clelin Ferrell is really good against the run. Austin Bryant is thought to be a guy who's, better against the run than he is as an edge rusher. Drake Jackson, I think, is really good at getting the edge. But Beal may wind up being their best pure athlete with the best speed they have coming off the edge. And there's a chance that he may pile up some snaps this year and really wind up playing quite a bit. So, interesting guy to watch. Said he grew up rooting for the Niners. That's always great to hear. If you're a Niner fan, you always love to hear, hey, the guy loves being a Niner, and he grew up rooting for the Niners. But look for Robert Beal. He gets his deal done. He's now in the fold. He'll be in Santa Clara at the end of next week for rookie minicamp, and I can't wait to see what he looks like and report back to you guys. But 4.4 speed off the edge with crazy long arms and a highlight reel that looks spectacular. Now the big question is, can Chris Kocurek get it out of him? Can he get it out of him on a consistent basis? Is this guy going to be just like he was at Georgia and he flashes big-time talent but can't be depended on? Or is Robert Beal going to be the key outside edge guy opposite Nick Bosa? I think it's all there for him if he wants it. So, should be interesting. Hope you enjoyed the 49er video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being a proud sponsor of The Krug Show. And thanks to all of you for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.